Yeah, she makes me want to be romantic again. And guys, look, I had reached a level of, a man, and you guys know what I'm talking about. You reach a level where everything is just cerebral. Yeah, I mean, you got to get your rocks off and stuff like that. But I'm talking about, like, romance, like real romance. So I pretty much thought that, the romance thing with me was pretty much done, but not done because, a switch inside of me was just off. It was because it's just the environment that I'm in. You only can adjust to your environment, man. If you don't adjust to your environment, you could be destroyed by that environment. That's why you can't really know everything about an individual until they are away from that environment. But yeah, romance, it was like, I felt like that had been totally, like, that wasn't, I just said forget about it, basically. I just said forget about it. But this, talking about this chick in the building. So when I first started watching her videos, it was like, I'm telling you, the first thing came across my mind was like, oh no, now her too. Because some of these women, man, they be like they just appear a little bit. And keep in mind, guys, these girls could probably be hardcore, but I'm just saying what I saw. Like, some of these girls are really, really fragile, and I just feel like some energies they shouldn't be dealing with and stuff like that. But that's just in my own head. You don't even really know these people. These women can be rough and tough and blow your house down too, even though they appear fragile. Who knows? But especially people that can appear like they're going on a Disney show, and next thing you know, they look like one of the Spice Girls or something. You gotta watch that one. But so then I start. I don't even, man, I'm trying to think, how did it happen, man? I start like her. It's something about the voice. I told you guys about, you got to really listen to a woman's voice. My antennas are different now. I'm a man. It's not, when you're young, you're just going by, other things. But when you're an older guy, you're paying attention to things about a woman that you didn't pay attention to before. So I started listening to her voice. Her voice was really soft on my ears. It was like every syllable she said just felt like music to my ears, and that's how I got sucked in. Was from the voice. So then from listening to the voice, then I started paying attention to her face, and then from the face, I started paying attention to her body. Characteristics of your average male. Just looking at the merchandise, stuff like that. And I just put that two and two together with the voice. And then I saw how intelligent she is. That's the last thing the man thinks about is actually how intelligent a woman is. That was like the last check off. And I found out she was intelligent. I said, man, I think I might be able to. I said, man, I might have to try to holler at this one, man, because I don't know. It's just the voice is just so soft on my ears. I don't know. I like hearing that voice, man. It's like a voice you want to hear every day. You know what I mean? You wouldn't get tired of it. Even if they was upset with you, even if they was nagging at you, you'd probably just laugh at them and give them a hug. That's why, guys, it's really important, man, that you look over all the details about a woman, because it's not all. Of course, we all, some of us know it's not always going to be the honeymoon phase. You got to look at these intangibles, and the intangible with this person in the building was just a voice, just real soft on my ears. I'm real sensitive to sound, guys, especially like recently. I'm really sensitive to sounds. I don't like hearing a lot of type of sounds and stuff. So we probably got a lot in common. I'm just assuming that we got a lot in common. And again, I hadn't been thinking on any type of romantic level, but then all of a sudden, you run into I see her. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because y'all know I'm real with y'all. It's only one other female that I could possibly ask out other than this person in the building. Because I don't know, when you're dealing with, I told you, I don't have good luck with talking to people online. I got a bad track record with that. So my eyes are looking at people I see actually in real life, so to speak, too. And there's only one other person that I would consider. The only problem with the other person is that she's younger than what I would expect. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. You're dealing with a woman that's like really young. It's kind of, and I'm talking, of course, I'm talking about over 20, but I'm just saying, it's like when you're dealing with a woman that's like a little bit too young, you kind of get worried about, things about them not being able to keep up with you and stuff like that. Because the woman, she has to be able to keep up with you to some extent mentally. You can't just be all, lovey-dovey stuff. But anyway, just getting back to this person in the building. No, it's just, I can imagine being romantic. I can actually, like, you thought it was just gone, right? And then you see somebody like, man, I can actually be romantic with that person. And you imagine holding hands and laughing and every day just being like a lot of fun. And you guys notice I keep talking about fun, but not Pee-wee's Playhouse type of fun. I keep saying it. Not Pee-wee. I'm not talking about that much fun. I'm just talking about, when's the last, how many times, man, do you get to be around people that you actually having fun with, man? And then you might be around somebody you thought you was having fun with. Turns out that person wasn't as fun as you thought. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, y'all. It's just, I feel like this romantic thing has awakened in me because of this individual. I can actually imagine, like, just and it lasting a long time. That's the big kicker there. That it actually will be like last. Man, you had a honeymoon. I wonder how much does romance really last with the average couple out here. We know the divorce rate is 65-70%, but the ones that do stay together, I wonder how many, like, what percentage out of that actually stays together because the romance is still there. That's a whole nother experiment study right there. So I just wanted to come on here and say that, guys. Just keep it real about, what's going on with me emotionally and stuff like that. Of course, she left the building, but I know she's still in the building.